Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. 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 I'm James Holmes Jr. I hope by now you guys know who I am, from Black Lion, and we have a special session tonight. We have a special session tonight. I hope that most of you guys are able to get in. Because we have a lot of meat, a lot of meat. Now, Black Lion Foundation, one of our legs to our chairs is starting young businesses, starting entrepreneurs. That's one of the main things that we do. This is session 9, and so we're really just now getting to our meat and potatoes, and that's starting new businesses. So we actually have a lot to cover tonight. And also we have a guest. And our guest tonight, she'll come on a little later, is none other than my wonderful wife, esteemed attorney, Kimberly Slay Holmes. So she'll come on. And the cool thing about that is that you guys are getting information straight from an attorney, straight from an accomplished attorney. And that's real meat. And normally that's the type of thing that you have to go and, pay significant amount of money for. So we have a lot to cover. So let me go ahead and get started. With setting up the business, before you do anything else, you're going to want to at least give it some thought. I mean, there are people, believe it or not, that literally just dive in, period, and just start swimming without a plan. Let's not do that. You want to have an idea, and hopefully it's something that you feel like you're, pretty competent at. They say, really, in order to have a successful business, you want to find something that you can do or set up that either improves or solves a problem, either in the community, in the city, in the state, or nationally or internationally. Have no limitations on your mind. So literally, you really want to focus on something that solves a problem. If you think about it, every great business at the core, that's what they do, is they solve a problem or they make something better for society. I mean, how often have we used the example of the iPhone, okay? Steve Jobs figured out a way to make things easier, more user-friendly for you. And most of the things that are set up are actually designed that way. So whatever it is you come up with, make sure that that is a significant thought that you have. You want to formulate a general concept and a general plan. I mean, I often have people come to me and say, hey, I'm interested in starting a business. And what is my first question is, what's your idea? What's your general plan? I mean, you should at least have some idea. Do we expect you to have a full-blown, detailed business plan right away? No, we don't. We don't. But we do expect that at least you've given it enough thought to where you see something that potentially could work for you. So once you do that, then we want to start working on a mission statement. And basically what a mission statement is it's a modified form of an elevator speech. Okay, so your elevator speech is when you're on an elevator, what do you say to somebody when you're on an elevator? If they go, what do I do? Okay, what do I do? What is it that you can say to them so that in that period of time between, say, the first floor and the fourth floor, they have a pretty good idea of what you do? I mean, what is it? I mean, you tell me. Now, the mission statement isn't exactly an elevator speech, but that takes you along with general lines. Here, I'll give you a mission statement, for example, for Black Lion Foundation. You know, we have a few different businesses, and so we're going to use some examples of things from Black Lion Auto, probably mostly. But just to give you an example, the mission statement for Black Lion Foundation, this is how it reads. Black Lion Foundation is a catalyst for urban development within the greater Twin Cities area. We are involved with job training and placement, as well as providing free transportation to select applicants. We collaborate with corporate businesses and churches working toward positive economic improvements for the Twin Cities communities of color. We are also involved in startup, mentoring, and developing businesses in the African American community. Our innovative hands-on approach is geared towards setting employer and employee up for mutual beneficial success. All right, so that is the foundation. The one for the auto dealership would be a little bit different than that. Here's the elevator speech for Black Lion Auto. Literally, it is the elevator speech for Black Lion Auto. Since the exception of auto loans, people of color have statistically paid higher rates, fees. Black Lion is committed to bringing the best deals and rates to the underserved communities in the Twin Cities. Boom. Black Lion Auto, that's primarily what we do, okay, is we're focused on providing better deals for the underserved community. And literally, pretty much everything that Black Lion does has been a spin-off of the original mission of Black Lion Auto. Because as you know, Black Lion Auto spins off profits to actually fund Black Lion Foundation, because Black Lion Foundation is not publicly funded. It's privately funded through WA, okay? So it's not publicly funded. I guess the benefits of that, you know, there's pros and cons. The cons, obviously, it's more streamlined. The pros is that I don't have to answer to anyone. I don't have to answer to Massa or anyone else. I would encourage you guys, when you have some time, go and just navigate through our various websites. We have 3. We have Black Lion Foundation, Black Lion Auto, and Black Lion Investments. But navigate through those. And when you navigate through those, you'll see a lot of the little things, the blogs, all types of things, the YouTube episodes, presentations, and so forth. I hope you guys have been going through that. And also, when you go through the YouTube presentation, if you guys would hit like, subscribe, share, those algorithms all help us. And there's a whole lot of content there already. But one of the blogs that I wrote, literally, this blog was designed to actually explain Black Lion's mission statement. Okay, literally. So you'll actually see that. And this is basically what it says. It says that, and I'm reading the blog that I wrote. I thought it fitting that our first published blog to explain Black Lion's mission statement, to help our audience understand what we are, why we do what we do, and what we hope to accomplish. Black Lion is a Christian-based automotive dealership focused on providing vehicles and automotive financial knowledge to the underserved. Our mission is to provide better rates, lower prices, lower fees to our marketplace, while offering better customer service. Our motto is the financial voice of the underserved. And I'm sure you guys have been seeing that around because it's plastered on all of our logos. If you review Black Lion's public incorporation records, we are categorized as a car dealership. Yes, that is true and much more. We do sell cars and trucks and offer related financial services, but if you stay tuned, you'll see we do a lot more. Black Lion is also committed to providing financial literacy free of charge to anyone who desires the information. Remember, this is a car dealership, okay? But it was set up from the beginning to do the things that we're doing right now, even though it was originally just a car dealership. Statistically speaking, people of color have been charged higher rates and fees for a number of things, including auto loans and financial services. There are a lot of reasons for this, including institutional racism, corporate greed, and lack of financial literacy. When attempting to negotiate a car deal and a loan package with a dealer, it's very much like David versus Goliath. But in this reality prism, Goliath wins almost all the time. There's a colossal amount of built-in advantages. The dealer holds almost all the cards. They have the detailed pricing information and much more. Things like the manufacturer's holdback, an undisclosed amount that the manufacturers provide to the auto dealer for each vehicle that's sold. On many loans, there are wholesale rates given to the dealership that they mark up 1 or 2 percentage points before presenting to you. In my experience, the customer almost never is aware of this, which could easily be $1,000 or $2,000 or more, depending on the loan amount and dealer markup. This is just the tip of the iceberg. In short, it's like taking a water pistol to a live ammunition gunfight. The odds are stacked against you. For those that follow us, we'll arm you with enough information to see true savings. After all, the less you spend on excessive prices, rates, and fees, the more you have left for yourself. Let's not forget the elephant in the room, credit. Over the coming weeks, we will address this early and often because this has much more of an effect on our finances than meets the eye. For example, based on a $25,000 loan, the difference between a good rate and a bad rate can be over $11,000 during the full course of the loan. The unpleasant truth is like watching sausages getting made. We need to eat, but we don't want to know the details. Well, that's going to change. So that was the original explanation of Black Lion's original mission statement. I hope that you guys agree that we have been true to that the whole time in all that we do. And so keep that in mind that when you actually write your mission statement, that is something that you can go back and you can check and you can keep score. You know, are you still on this mission or has something changed? Do you need to modify it? You know, it is the very first part of your roadmap. Okay, from there, after we got the mission statement and we're comfortable with that, we want to look at our branding and our logo. Okay, we want to look at our branding and our logo. And sometimes you guys will come to me and you've already got that worked out. I've seen some beautiful ones. I've seen some beautiful ones that have already been worked out. And I mean, it's like nothing needs to be changed. Some of them are so beautiful. And then some of you guys will come and you won't have any. And that's okay because we work with it. Now, I'm not going to take full credit for that because the primary person who's responsible for the great majority of the logos and the branding is my daughter, Angelica. I'm sure she's out there somewhere. So, you know, hats off to Angelica. She's amazingly talented. You guys that she's already done your logos and branding for, you know that. She's amazingly talented and creative and a very, very, very hard worker. She is really one of the unspoken heroes of just Black Lion in general. She's kind of like one of the ducks that are busy pedaling under the water, but looking cool on the surface, but underneath they're pedaling very, very, very hard. But you know, before I go too far down that rabbit hole. Want to kind of circle back just briefly and just talk a little bit about the solving the problems. Okay, like if you guys can see this, I don't know, probably not. It's one of our original brochures. Okay, a part of it anyway. And really, what that does is that kind of explains the problem as we see it and our solution. And for me, remember, I have a lot of years in finance, and a lot of those years was in automotive finance. Thanks, Martin. Credit and things like that. And some days it was difficult to watch. Just the Black people just get fleeced. It was difficult. And there are plenty of people right now, making six figures and they can't say anything. It's very difficult to watch. Now, if they were someone else's customer and they spoke with someone else's finance as a finance manager, there was really nothing I could say or intervene on anyway. But those that did come to me, and there's a whole lot of young people around the Twin Cities here that I've been helping for years. And I basically just on the side, just work with them and help them on various things like that. And really, when it's all said and done, that ended up basically transitioning into Black Lion Auto, because once I retired from the corporate plantation back in 2019 and first started Black Lion Auto, that was one of my foundational principles, is not just sell cars and make money. Okay, that's fine. We want to do that. But you guys have been around me long enough to know another one of my basic principles is everybody can eat. Everybody can eat. You can shear a sheep many times, but you can only skin them once. How much is your reputation worth? I believe you can keep your reputation intact and still eat just fine. I believe that. I really do. I believe that. So I know for a fact, and we'll get into this later, that statistically speaking, it's not just my opinion, it's not just what I saw, but statistically speaking, Black people pay more. It's a fact. And so I wanted to affect that. In essence, bring a better deal. And we've been doing that. So that's been going pretty well. Now, admittedly, COVID has slowed it down, but you know what? We're still around and we're still kicking. And everybody can't say that. Everyone can't say that. So let's move back. Move back to the branding and the logo. Now, as far as our branding and our logo, I know you guys, I hope by now you're familiar with that line with the glasses on. And it's my goal for you guys to see it everywhere. The line with the glasses on. And I mean, that's the logo. That was the logo from the beginning. And, I've had some people go, hey, but that's a blue line. It's not black. I have my own, reasons for doing things, just like you guys will have your own reasons for how you design your logos and what message you're trying to send and so forth. And the message that I was trying to convey is, notice he's wearing the glasses, okay? I want him wearing the glasses because, and the lion, okay? Because the lion is the regal king, all right? So I didn't want to back away from that at all. And I didn't want to back away from using the word black either, okay? Not at all. So let people read into it however they want to. We are here to help anyone. I don't care if they're black, white, yellow, green, purple, polka dot, whatever. Anyone, if they reach out to us, we're not going to turn down anyone at all. However, we're black first, okay? So and then that, because I feel like that's where we need the most help, because of the waste, the disparity in wealth And so the information that I've been picking up, in my career over the years, I don't want to die with it, okay? I want to disseminate it so that we can help to close that gap. So I wanted the lion to be strong, but at the same time, smart looking, smart acting. And then you can see also on the bottom of the logo, the financial voice of the underserved. It's been that from day one, the financial voice of the underserved. So everything we do, whether it's Black Lion Auto, whether it's Black Lion Foundation, or whether it's Black Lion Investments, it's the financial voice of the underserved. I don't know very many investment companies that literally market primarily to the people that have the least amount of money. You might call it crazy because most investment companies do the opposite, but that's okay. My primary market is the underserved, and that's who I work with. And you guys know we've spent quite a bit of time getting up to speed on that. I mean, do we have more? Yeah. Okay, are we ever going to know it all? No. But we're putting the work in, and you guys know we're putting the work in. And also, let me not move too fast. I want to congratulate you guys again for everyone that's there, for investing in yourself. So you guys deserve the credit for literally taking out this time on a Friday night. There's a whole lot of things you could be doing, but instead what you're doing is you're sharpening your saw. You're getting that knowledge. You are actually gaining more tools so that you can go out there and fish for yourself and hunt for yourself. So anyway, as far as branding, you guys know that I put that on everything. I put it on apparel, everything. And that's the way I do it. And by now, you should know what my primary color is. Blue. that's my primary color. It's blue. Now, this lion, to be honest with you, came out like a gradient shades of blue. And I'll give you a little inside information, is that what I'm going to do is slowly and discreetly, let's see if I can pull this hat up here. Hang on here. And maybe you can see that. I want to slowly and discreetly, eventually let him evolve more into a royal blue. And the royal blue because to me, royal blue is more significant than black or white or whatever. I mean, we talk about race, but the fact of the matter is, I'm really not that caught up on the shade of somebody's skin. I'm just not. So it's royal blue, the big, strong, smart lion. That's the message that we're trying to send. Really, when it's all said and done. I mean, like I said, in your business, you'll have your message that you're trying to send, and some of this is kind of cute because me and my daughter Angelica, we're often having these discussions just about branding, color schemes, and things like that. And that's when you see a lot of your personal preferences come out, and she is so into the more subtle colors and earth tones and things. And that's cool. Nothing wrong with that, because there's some of these companies we've started and you could tell who actually won that particular debate on that company. So if any of the companies you see set up, you see some of their branding and logo, and you can see they're more the subtle colors, she had more impact on that, because flat out, I'm generally the one that's going, I want bold, I want color, I want it to flash, I want it to pop, I want it to pop. And she's like, so I don't think there's a wrong and there's a right. Really, it's just the message that you're trying to send. As far as your marketing concepts and your marketing plan, will you know every single thing regarding your marketing concept and your marketing plan, I'm sure you won't. Okay, I'm sure you won't. But it is something that you want to at least have a general idea of. I mean, you really do. And luckily for me, I did. I knew how I wanted to set it up, how I wanted to do it. For example, my car dealership is a little different than the normal car dealership. I don't have time to go too far down this road, but one of the things that I didn't want to do is I did not want to be overly leveraged. In other words, I didn't want to go out there and have, $200,000 or $300,000 worth of vehicles just sitting there hoping to sell. I didn't want to do that. And I did not want to have what we call a floor plan. In the car industry, what a floor plan is it's you borrow that money from the bank and you're paying them interest every month. So you'll see a lot of these dealerships when a car is past 30 days old and is getting towards 60 days old, they're feeling under pressure because what happens is the amount of money that they owe on that car goes up every month because that bank charges interest every month. And in addition to that, vehicles are depreciating assets. So the longer they're sitting, the more they're losing their value. So it's like it's going the opposite ways. It's like you owe them more and they're getting to be worth less. And so I never, ever, ever wanted to go down that road. So I never wanted to be highly leveraged. And it's fortunate for me is that my primary mentors actually in the business, and I've mentioned these names several times, Bob Holly and Kim McNeil, they're more conservative than me. They are both of the opinion of no, don't go out there and borrow a lot of money, put yourself in a jam or anything like that, and literally keep your expenses as low as possible. And, remember, I tell you what Kenny tells me all the time. It's keep it small and keep it all. Kenny McNeil, keep it small and keep it all. I mean, I can just visualize him right now. Right. And I know it's a catchy thing, but you know what? It was always in the back of my mind. And I told you, Bob, even though he's my cousin, it's almost like a little brother, big brother relationship because he don't pull any punches at all. He's like, if you don't absolutely necessarily need it, do not spend it. I mean, I don't care if it's an extra stapler. Only spend what you need to spend. And if it's not making money, you probably don't need it. But anyway, I say all of that to say this, is that is probably the only reason why I'm even still around. Because if I would have become highly leveraged, we'd be done. I think all of my businesses, they would have been gone. They would have been gone when you add COVID and everything else onto it. And, being a Black business, good luck, all those PPP loans and stuff, whatever. They're not for us. You guys already know that. You don't need me to tell you who's getting it. The ones that are getting it are the ones that don't need it. And I'm just going to put it to you just like that. All right. But that's okay because we don't worry about any of that. But anyway, getting back to that, as far as the general marketing and so forth, is that literally I set the car dealership up with like a vending machine type setup. So literally, do I have cars? Sure. But at the same time, I can literally go and get people pretty much almost anything they want, almost anything they want. All the major dealers in the Twin Cities, for example, I have agreements with. I have agreements with where literally, if you can describe it, I can pretty much go get it, and I can go get it for cheaper than you can go get it, and I can go and get a cheaper rate than you can get yourself. Seriously, and you're not paying me for my services because the dealerships pay me for the service. I know a lot of people think, oh, that's not true. Well, I can name names. So if anybody wants names, just text me or whatever. I can give them a whole list of names of people out there. And if you're some of my customers, you guys, give a shout out or whatever, as far as the love that you got. I mean, literally all they have to do is describe it and we go and we make it happen. That's what we do. And so that was a little different setup. It really was. And also, if you go to my website, blacklionauto.com, you can see, I think there's probably like 110 cars on that website. Do I have 110 cars sitting on the ground now? No, I don't have 110 cars sitting on the ground now. But I got 110 cars I can go and touch within 15, 20 minutes and sell you. Okay, so the concept is pretty cool. And so I was happy with that. And I was confident all along that would work. And fortunately, so far, knock on wood, it's going okay. But anyway, let's go to the business plans. This right here, all we're going to really be able to do, Martin, if you can show that anyone the slides that talks about the business plan, all we can really do on today is literally really scratch the surface on that because there's too much to it to try to, address every single thing about a business plan today. But we want to at least touch on it. And then in a couple of weeks, we're going to come back. We're going to take a much deeper dive into that. But in the business plan, obviously, you're going to have your mission statement in there. You're going to have your executive summary, your business summary, your marketing summary, all of that is going to be actually in the business plan. And here, I'm going to see if, here, I should have something here. Here we go. Martin doesn't have this, I'm sorry. But this right here happens to be part of the executive summary and the management summary for the foundation. And you can see right here, oh my, the lovely Angelica Holmes, okay? The lovely Desiree McBride, and so forth. And then this is executive summary. Black Lion is co-owned by James and Kimberly Holmes. You guys may or may not know that. And so really an executive summary, what you're doing is you're describing yourself and whoever's on your team. And you have a paragraph to do it. You have one paragraph to do it, and you want to talk about possibly your education, your experience, and anything special that you bring to the plate. For example, the executive summary on the actual foundation, this is what it says. As it says that the company was formed in 2020 as a nonprofit corporation under Minnesota state laws and headed by James Holmes Jr. It says, James has over 35 years of high integrity service in the auto and finance industry. A vice president of large leadership group quoted saying, I would trust James with the keys to my house. Holmes gained valuable finance knowledge and experience as a financial consultant with Merrill Lynch investment firm, followed by several decades as a finance manager for major dealer groups in Minnesota. Black Lion Foundation, Inc. is legally incorporated in Minnesota, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And then, for example, talk about, there's a little description of the management team. President, Desiree McBride. Desiree has 7 years of experience in the nonprofit sector with a BA in business and economics from Hendrix College. She serves as a youth program manager of Our House in Little Rock. She has also directed an out-of-school program for 90 homeless, near homeless, and community youth. And you guys know we dabble in that too. Vice President Angelica Holmes. Angelica has 5 years experience in the field of education and the nonprofit sector. After graduating with a BA in English language from Lyon College, Angelica began her legacy of educational service with the City Year and Teach for America. She also served as a junior high English teacher before accepting the position of executive director a Black Outside. So she runs her own nonprofit in addition to helping us. In addition to helping us. So anyway, executive summary. Also, you guys want business goals as well as what you offer and what you do. Okay. And some of these we'll formulate slides. Matter of fact, I actually have the full original business plan for Black Lion Auto. Anybody that requests it, I'll send you the full-blown plan, okay? But say on the foundation right here, this is just a little bit of what it looks like as far as just business goals, okay? And on here, we have long-term and we have short-term. Yeah, let's do it again. See, that's a little bit of it right there. And I don't expect you guys to be able to see that perfectly clearly, but like I said, we will email you guys any and all of this stuff. So literally, it breaks down what our short-term goals are, what our long-term goals are, and that way we can constantly track ourselves, okay? So Black Lion Foundation, for example, improve the economic disparity in the Twin Cities community through job training, placement, mentorship, and creation of new businesses. You guys know that's what we do. That's what we do. And to help involve corporations grow and profit from hiring good, diverse employees. So in addition to us helping you guys get your businesses start, we also help with job placements. And our pitch to these corporations that we work with is by them hiring diverse employees, their business will improve. Because I will tell you is that racism is bad for business. So some businesses already know that, and more businesses are trying to find out. I was actually talking to a corporate executive last week, and just out of the blue, what he said to me is he goes, almost all of the budgets for most major corporations right now is being spent on diversity and inclusion. And I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. He's like, everything is getting diverted to diversity and inclusion. So at least it's on their radar. I mean, are they doing enough? No, I mean, you know, we all know the answer to that, but at least it's on their radar. And so, you know, that's a positive thing. That's very much a positive thing. So you guys know our short-term goals is we want to actually place within the next 16 months, 120 people in jobs, and we want to start over 60 new businesses within the next 16 months. So they're pretty aggressive goals, and we've been working very hard on them. But that's a way where we can keep track of ourselves. And obviously, you know, we want to, you know, improve diversity of our placements also. And then long term, I hope you guys know long term what our goal is. And if you don't, I think I've been just talking to air really. But our long term goal is to decrease the wealth gap, particularly in Minnesota. Decrease the wealth gap, because when it's all said and done, the brutality out there as far as police toward our community, and even as far as the disunity and the brutality that we have toward each other, to me, that is not the root. Those are symptoms. The root, I've said this 1,000 times and I'll say it 10,000 more, is economics. Once we improve our economics, everything else will improve. And those are our long-term goals. As far as websites go, several ways to approach websites. As far as website designs, we do help with that. And I'm going to just tell you guys straight up, so many of the things that I've been doing have been self-taught, okay? As far as finance, economics, I already had that, okay? Already had that. But a lot of the other little things, I've had to just be self-taught. So literally, on the websites, there's several ways to do that. You might be real good at that yourself already. Boom, that's taken care of it. I've seen that happen before, where people already have that down. They know how to build their sites and designs. And I mean, some people really have that thing purring just really nice. Or you may have an arrangement with an outside company. Maybe it's somebody you know, or maybe you went and, paid a professional web building company. I mean, everybody's flavor is different. So we don't judge any of that. It's just whatever you like. So some people like to do their own. Some people like to go out and hire someone professionally. And push come to shove, push come to shove, we'll figure it out. And so my daughter Angelica, I would say, has done the majority of our web design. So if you go to Black Lion Foundation, and I please, you guys, spend some time there. That's the least you can do. Because some of you guys will go to just the first page and that's it. There's a lot of pages there. There's a lot of links there. There's a lot of sub pages there. Spend some time in there because she has spent a lot of time working real hard on it. And personally, I think she has done a tremendous job. I mean, we actually started out and we were paying a professional to actually design that site. And for all you guys that have kids out there, sometimes they'll like say something but not say something. And so, she was like just not saying a whole lot or whatever, right? But every once in a while, she'd take a little jab, because I complain about something on the site or whatever. And then finally she just goes, really, Daddy, this is not even good. Why are you paying the money? This is not even good. She's like, I'm insulted. Mine was better than this. And you know what I said? I said, all right, you're right. It's yours. All right, it's yours. So if you guys go to blacklionfoundation.com, Angelica Holmes designed all of that. And there are some things, there are a lot of things on there that literally I just had an idea, concept, vision of what I wanted to see or what I wanted it to do. And I tell her, and she'd make it reality. I mean, for example, I wanted people to literally be able to go to that site. And if they want to get a job, boom, they can click over to our corporate partners and they can apply for a job right there on the spot. And it's something that literally we can help walk them through the whole process. I get those reports every Friday from those corporations, and we're going to get more signed up, particularly when we get done with COVID and just things like that. And then even the entrepreneurship part, because so often people are like, well, how do I get involved with the Black Lion Entrepreneurship Academy and so forth? Well, if you click on to that button at the Entrepreneurship Academy, it walks you right to it. Just exactly how it happens, what we do, and what you have to do on your part. And so it's all there. I wanted it for people to literally just to be able to go and do it. And even now, we're to the point where, I mean, we don't have the physical meetings because of COVID. And so we built the studio. And we download all of the speakers and all the various topics and all the interviews right there on Black Lion's YouTube channel. You can go to blacklionfoundation.com, click the YouTube, boom, it takes you right there. And there's 39 different episodes. 39 different episodes. And there's a wide range of topics. And there's some heavy hitters, deep thinkers, and big doers, all highlighted. I mean, it goes from A to Z. For example, there's a gentleman on there. His name is Victor Wiley, young brother, in his 30s, and most of y'all probably wouldn't have known about him, wouldn't have heard about him or anything. He is the top salesperson in the whole state of Minnesota. And this guy literally, he talks about his story. He talks about his background and, things that he had to endure and the hurdles and so forth that he had to persevere through. And he literally talked about how he does what he does, and he looks like you. He looks like you. He's one example. My young pastor, Seth Martin, he's 28 years old. He's got his Master's of Divinity. He'll have his Doctor of Divinity soon. And don't let the age fool you. This young guy is a part of our future. He is a part of the future leadership in Minnesota. And we also have some of our young mentors on there. You guys can go and you can see them and listen to them and hear them, as well as we have various other dignitaries and professionals in the community. James Burrows, most people know him. He's VP over at Children's Hospital, in charge of the director of their diversity inclusion. Heavy dude. I don't have time to go through all of them, but there's so many. Gary Hines. Gary Hines is on there. Do you know who Gary Hines is? Gary Hines is the managing director for the multiple Grammy Award-winning Sounds of Blackness. So it's just one after another, after another, after another. Tony Tusoff, Russian dude. You're like, what are you really Russian dude? Because we don't care what color you are, okay? Russian dude, he's a bad cat. You guys should listen to him. He owns like Nesson Dealer Services and so forth. Q Ballard is on there. If you haven't seen him, you need to go see him. Q Ballard. He's a millionaire right here in the Twin Cities. And probably the reason why you don't see him that much is because he feels like if somebody is not going to commit good effort, why should he spend his valuable time with them? But if he sees that somebody is committed, he'll give you the shirt off his back. Kenny McNeil's on there. And on and on. I don't even have time to go through all of them. But, do that. Angelica built all of that. So anyway, just examples. And then for example, Black Lion Auto, that's run by my cousin, mentor Bob Holly. And then we talked about him a little bit before, because that's a little different setup because you're taking cars off, putting cars on, just a bunch of things like that. And then Black Lion Investments, I took my swipe at that one. I took my swipe. And some of the young people, I've built your sites, Angelica's built some of them and so forth. But when it's all said and done, we figure out a way to get it done. And then if we build a website for somebody, it does not cost you guys any money. Well, anyway, we have a lot to cover tonight. And the star is actually going to be coming after break. And that is attorney Kimberly Slay Holmes. So let's take 15 minutes. Well, no, before we go on break, let's take questions and then we'll go on break. What questions do you guys have? Questions? No one has a question? I'm assuming you there, right? You guys are there? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, no questions, huh? All right, I don't know if that's James, good or bad.
James, I have a question.
Okay.
What if you're doing business in multiple states?
What if you're doing business in multiple states?
Or you want to?
What's the question?
Well, I have place in Minneapolis, but we also have a place in Wisconsin.
Okay.
And I want to move some of what I do to Wisconsin.
I see nothing but positive from that. So are you talking about like the legalities of it and so forth?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. That's real cool because remember, Kim is an attorney. So legal things, I refer over to her. But one thing that I will tell you is that I am all in favor of creating as many streams of income as you can. So if you're doing business in various states, I think that is wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful. But Kim's going to come on after break, and hopefully she can address that for you. What other questions out there?
Hey, James, it's Jennifer.
Hey, Jennifer.
Hey, so I was wondering, what is the best way to classify your business, like LLC or S Corp, if you are concerned about taxes, taxes.
I love that question. I love it. Jennifer, when we come back from break, that is an itinerary of our home run hitter.
All right.
That's on our itinerary of home run hitter. And I'll tell you something. She's going to answer that. And she will help you guys understand the various legal implications. And she'll talk about the corporate veil and piercing the corporate veil. And it, like I said, that right there, call your friends, okay? Because you're not just going to go down the street and hear from a prominent attorney on how to legally structure your business, okay? So call your friends, send them the link, but she is going to spend some time on that. Other questions? No other questions now? All right, Martin, why don't you hit us with a little bit of Sounds of Blackness, and we will see you guys in exactly 15 minutes at 7:10 straight up, and you will see my beautiful, amazing, smart, incredible wife, Kimberly Slay Holmes. See you guys in 15 minutes. I'm gonna make her calls.
We are one. We are one love. We are one